Hi, I'm Katie. I've been surrounded with vintage goodies most of my life, but just in the last 10 years, I've figured out just how much delight I get from having it in my home and looking at it for other people. Come along as I share my shopping adventures at thrift stores, estate sales, and sometimes even along the curb. I will also be showing some of my decorating projects that I've completed and how I have chosen to add vintage to my home for a modern granny chic look. I hope you will find joy along the way as we reawaken vintage. Welcome everybody. This will not be a long video, but I wanted to remind you that even some of the craziest hole-in-the-wall places, maybe even in sketchy neighborhoods, might be worth going to. I traveled about a half hour away from me, went to several places, and I had been to this particular, I guess you'd call it thrift store, in the past. It's really, really tiny. Usually they have stuff out in the parking lot, but because it had rained recently, they didn't. And I wanted to show you some of the stuff I got. Now, I will say these weren't $5 items. They knew what they had, but they also knew that it was March and this stuff probably wouldn't sell for many months. So they gave me a good deal. So everything here in the picture was $95. Yikes. But first of all, you need to know I love Santa, vintage Santa in particular. I will not be keeping all of these, but let's go through and let's talk about what I have. I have what they call this spaghetti, all of these little, it doesn't really look like spaghetti, but all of this stuff on top, all the little white stuff, they call it spaghetti. So you can see that's not what I paid for, but that's what they were asking. 1950s, little iridescent, you can kind of see it, Santa Claus planter. This one is mega huge. They were asking $50 just for this. Got it for less than that. Again, all vintage. These are in excellent condition. So the big one, yes guys, the big one I will be keeping. This one is a company that is not well known, iRice. Again, has a little bit of what they call the spaghetti on it. These two will be for sale. So if you're interested, let me know. This one is my favorite. Look at him. He's got fuzzy. Yes, the fuzzy is worn down. He is a planter. It says best wishes. This one's mine. So sorry. I got you all excited with the picture on the front. These two are mine. These two will be for sale if you're interested. That's really the hit of the whole thing. But we'll show you the few other things I got. Well, an old American Women's Cookbook. I think I've had one of these in the past because this particular picture stands out in my mind. It's in really, really good condition from 1948. That'll be for sale. We have an older edition of The Joy of Cooking. Let's see if we can get a year on this one. 1943 edition. Again, in excellent. Like, I don't think whoever had this really opened it very much. And then we have some of my favorite, just the paper little cookbooks. Favorite recipes for country kitchens. The No Knead Way from Pillsbury. 10 Steps to Perfect Baking. The Good Housekeeping Cake Book. We see a theme here, don't we? And Cooking with a Velvet Touch. So those are fun. This needs some help. I'm going to have to figure out. It's plastic on the inside, obviously handmade. I think this was a like imperial margarine container, but all it did was remind me of candy corn, like for Halloween. So if I can manage to clean it up, I might have it up for sale. We got a really old step stool that somebody painted pink. It needs some TLC. It might be for sale, but obviously I'm not going to ship this. And then the last two things, they're amazing and I love them, but I need to have my husband redo them. So you don't see too much Valentine's Day stuff out there. It just isn't. I want to say that these are or are similar to Holland molds, which is the same mold that like the vintage ceramic Christmas trees are from. But whoever painted these, oh yeah, they didn't quite know. And luckily my husband is a very good painter. So there might be a follow-up someday. I don't think he'll get to these anytime soon, but I love them. They're exactly the same. Obviously they did them different colors, different hair colors, which is smart. So I might have him paint them different and keep them both, or maybe I'll sell one. I'm not quite sure. So like I said, this was a quick video, 5 minutes long. As always, we would love for you to subscribe, tell your friends. We are out there just having a whole lot of fun trying to find vintage items and bring them to your homes, to my home, and just allow them to have a new life, which is what Reawaken Vintage is all about. If you're interested in any of these items, you can email me at reawakenvintage@gmail.com. You can leave me a comment below in the video. Or what would be even the most fun is come find us on Facebook. We have 2 different pages. One is just a page for fun, and one is our selling group, which you have to click to join. That's the one where we have the most fun. We have 2 sales every week, and I would love for you to join in. Thank you so much for watching. Talk to you later.